The views and opinions expressed by tonight's guest and topic of discussion do not necessarily represent the official policy or position of Spaced Out Radio, Spaced Out Weekend, Spaced Out Radio Limited, its hosts, syndicated carriers, or anyone associated with this broadcast. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this broadcast or podcast without the express written consent of Spaced Out Radio, Spaced Out Weekend, or Spaced Out Radio Limited is strictly prohibited. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott, and I would like to invite you to listen Monday through Friday right here on Spaced Out Radio. 3 hours a night of the top stories with the top guests, ranging topics from UFOs to ETs, ghosts to Sasquatch, and everything in between. We are live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. So come on in and take a listen at spacedoutradio.com. Spaced Out Radio will take you out of this world.
Let's go 6316, 8.8 for 6,000.
Yeah, 6316, North Approach, gonna maintain 3,000, number 1 for the right.
3,000, let's go 6316.
Redwood 811.
Sit back,
Good evening and welcome to Spaced Out Weekend's Cosmic Passport. I am your host, Elizabeth Anglin, and it's good to have you along for the trip on this Sunday, March 5th or March 6th if you're on the East Coast. We are coming to you live from the magical mystery abode, Uncle Jimbo's Cabin, sharing quantum space with the Pacific Northwest and the Desert Southwest, as it does every weekend here on spacedoutradio.com. Welcome in to the show, everyone listening to WQEE 99 Rock, The Key, in Noonan, Georgia at spacedoutradio.com, on Spreaker, on the United Public Radio Network, Renegade Talk Radio, and the High Plains Talk Radio Network, and on Revolution Radio. Thanks so much also to guitar god Ron Bumblefoot Thal, formerly of Guns N' Roses, currently of Art of Anarchy. He creates the music that makes Spaced Out Weekend rock, the official spacedoutradio.com music. Also, you can check us out on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio. Give our Facebook page a like, Spaced Out Radio Show. On Facebook, you can follow me at Cosmic Passport with Elizabeth Anglin and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spaced Out Radio Show, or tune us in on TuneIn. Download our shows from iTunes. We're also on Radio Guide FM, TalkStream Live, and on Stitcher. And, of course, our website is spacedoutradio.com. Also, if you go to patreon.com, we have some very cool offers for you, our listeners, there as well. Make sure you check those out. If you want to take part in the show, you'll have to sign in to one of our chat rooms on Spreaker or on the chat room on Facebook on SOR Space Travelers Club. And if you head to our website, spacedoutradio.com, for just $5 a month, you can become an SOR Space Traveler. We offer some decent swag, and it's our opportunity to give back to you. We have a new news section called The Encounter that deals with everything paranormal, courtesy of our editors Eric Markham and Everett Thiemer. You can check out my latest blog there as well. Well, Dave's latest blog. My goodness, that Dave putting words into my mouth. And if you had an experience you can't explain, feel free and safe to go to the SOR Sightlines report. Our researcher, Mike Smith, is ready there to find out what's going on with you and help you out. And no, it doesn't have to end up on spacedoutradio.com. We're just experiencers helping other experiencers. This is what we do, paying it forward. Tonight, in that theme and in that vein, I'm going to be talking about something that I, as an experiencer, have found very helpful on my path. I had a lot of PTSD and anxiety as an alien abduction experiencer, and I had a kind of iffy family life for a long time because my poor mom didn't know what to make of all these aliens showing up and taking her baby away. And sometimes she would get frightened, and sometimes she would take that out on me. So there was a lot to deal with in my younger life, especially in my 20s. And even as I've gotten older, there are more things that come up. So this idea of healing, if you're an experiencer, if you're an intuitive, a highly sensitive person, if you're a veteran, you have PTSD, if you're having bad dreams or night terrors, whatever the situation is, when you're healing, and especially if you're healing from some trauma, the healing takes place in layers. It takes place in stages. And it's really important for most people to understand that, healers don't expect you to get healed on Tuesday. Come in on Monday, get healed on Tuesday. Most people who are involved in the energetic healing arts, the spiritual healing arts, we're going through process. We're going through process of cleansing and clarity and forgiveness most of our lives. And we find things from this life. We find things from past lives. We find things that come up that we don't need anymore, that don't serve us. And a lot of this energy that we're holding on to, these ideas or desires or memories or bad memories, they take a toll. They can take a toll on our relationships. They can take a toll on our physical body. They can take a toll on our careers. They can take a toll on our feeling of worthiness, of having abundance. Sometimes we process information from the past and hang on to it in ways that don't serve us. And one of the things that has helped me a lot with all of these aspects of clearing and healing is emotion code work. What this is a type of biomagnetic energy work. It's done by using magnets on the governing meridian of a person. It can be done locally in the presence of the person, but since we are all connected at the level of spirit, we are all energetically connected, it can be done non-locally as well. So what you would do is you would identify a trapped emotion in the person that wants to release emotions, that wants to be free of past memory, desire, trauma, anxiety, feelings of unworthiness. You identify which emotions are ready to be released, and you do that with kinesiology, but then you use a magnet over the governing meridian of either the person or the practitioner at a distance and remove that emotion from the person's energy field. Now, okay, I may be going a little bit fast for some people, but the situation, the cosmology of this practice is based on some Oriental medicine, energetic medicine, that we all have an energy field, we all have chi, we all have ki, that this energy field is not specifically located just in the body. It's located in the body, and it also stretches out about 12 feet across. And it's also, at the level of consciousness, the level of spirit, connects us all together. Now think about that. This is the same as bilocation and remote viewing. This is the same as consciousness sharing with animals. This is the same as many other things we've talked about on this show, that we can share consciousness, we can be telepathic, we can bilocate, but we can also help each other out energetically through non-local energy work. And emotion code clearing can be done non-locally. So tonight, what I am offering, folks, if you call in, if you have PTSD, you're a veteran, this would be great for you. If you have anxiety, if you have feelings of unworthiness, if you feel like you're an empath and you're picking up emotions from other people, this is a great practice for you. One of the things that we find a lot as we're working on people, especially on empaths, is they're ready to just take everybody's stuff so that that person doesn't have to suffer with it. And it's unconsciously done, 9 times out of 10, that your empath will take everybody else's stuff and then they'll have this group of emotions lodged in their body somewhere. So this could be good for you if you're working on your intuition and you have emotional filters. One of the things that we talk about when we're training other intuitives is that it does matter what information you get will be colored by your filters. And one of the things that makes your filter for information be colored is how many trapped emotions are you dealing with? So when somebody else's information comes to you, are you looking at that information through your own trapped emotions, through your own fears, through your own anxieties, through your own trauma? Or are you clear of those things and that information just comes to you and it's information? It's not being colored by your old stuff. It's really important for intuitives and trainings to think about this, that if you want to be an intuitive or you are an empath and you're heading into animal communication or spirit mediumship or psychic readings, that you keep yourself clear, mainly to keep your filter clear, but secondarily, so that you're not taking on the emotional energy or other energies from your clients and then carrying that around as a burden. How many of you are familiar with the old psychic medium who looks old, but she's only about 65 and her heart is failing? Well, it's because at some point there was a lot of taking on of other people's stuff, and that did not get filtered through her energy system, and it just became a burden. Motion code work can help with that, and so that's one of the things I want to share with people tonight. Now, this is a relatively new practice. It was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, who is now a retired chiropractor, but he was a Montana kid. He's probably about 60 now, 59 or 60 now. And he had, at the age of 13, he had severe kidney disease, and the doctors, the typical Western medical doctors, did not think that they could do anything for him. And so when his parents, not knowing what else to do, went to some osteopathic doctors who did energy work. And one of the types of energy work that they did was very similar to emotion code work. Dr. Nelson, at that point, at 13, suffered a remission from kidney disease. He's been clear of it his entire life since. And he wanted to become a healer as a teenager, but decided instead to go into business. And he doesn't say he's a Mormon, but he does say he went to Brigham Young for his MBA. And what's interesting about him is that he will pray about things. He'll pray for guidance about, what to do. And when he was changing careers, he prayed about, should he go ahead and become a businessman or should he become a chiropractor? And it came up chiropractor and healer was his thing. And then as he was becoming a chiropractor, he had dreams about this work and then started putting it together that this was the kind of work that had been used on him when he was a kid. And the information just started coming to him from spirit. Don't know how many Mormons are listening tonight, but this is often a cool thing about the Mormon faith is that you can have that direct guidance from spirit, and that's okay. You can pray to God and get guidance. That's cool. Well, he prayed, and he knew that he was supposed to be of service to mankind through this work. And he's done two things, both emotion code work and body code work, which is body code is clearing the programs of physical illness from the body, and emotion code is clearing trapped emotions. Both can influence the body and influence the body to become ill. So, with that being said, we will be taking callers tonight. James is getting his tea, but he'll be back shortly. He's got his tea! Awesome. If you would like to try an emotion code session and be our guinea pig, we are here for you. If you are an alien abduction experiencer, I would love to work with you. Again, veterans, anybody who's having problems sleeping, just try it out. If you have pain, I went on Joey Aquilino's show, and Joey tried this. His pain level went down. Some of his other listeners had their pain levels go down because it affects both your emotional state, but also your physical state of well-being. If you're working on abundance, if you're a business person and you're working on growing your business, sometimes trapped emotions you can have a trapped emotion of unworthiness or worthlessness. And that can lead to an abundance block where you think your goal is to be successful, but you don't feel worthy of being successful. So those are the kinds of things that we can work on for people who call in tonight. And if you don't call in, poor James, he's going to be so messed up because I'm going to work on him whether or not he likes it. He can go ahead and do something else. Oh, don't. Well, don't you have PTSD? I hate to out you, but don't you have some PTSD?
What? How dare you say... Yeah, I do.
You do. Yeah, we have no secrets here at Spaced Out Radio. What?
I
Secrets?
don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I do. It's from 3 incidents over 28 years as a member of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Not really on events that I attended or horrible things that I saw, but really just how management dealt with things that we did. And where you come back in thinking, look, I just saved 25 people, and the boss calls you up and says, hey, saw you on the news, you weren't wearing your hat. It's like, what? What? So it was those little picky things that piled up, and yeah, so there was things like I didn't have a trainer you're supposed to have a trainer for 6 months you work with. Uh-huh. My first attachment, there was 3 of us, and it was, here's the keys of the car. And it's like, okay. Yeah. Like I've stopped somebody for doing something I'm pretty sure is illegal. Does anybody know if this is illegal? You patch me through the repeater to someone 200 miles away so I can know that? Yeah, it was an interesting, very, very interesting first 5-6 years.
Yeah. Keep you on your toes, make you walk on eggshells. So, all right, do you mind if I take a look and see if you have any trapped emotion related to that?
Okay, what's that weird... You're actually running a whole gerbil thing, aren't you?
This is a gerbil thing. I am spinning 2 wheels. What this is a Nikon Fat Boy magnet.
A Nikon Fat Boy. It's made of a running shoe and a nuclear bomb from 1945.
It looks like a nuclear bomb, and it looks like 2 little nuclear warheads in this little hand-holdy thing, but it's actually 2 very high-powered magnets. And what's cool about it is the size that you can run over the spine. So the governing meridian of your body is over the top of your head and down to the base of your spine. And this particular magnet, Nikken, the Fat Boy magnet, is perfect for this work because it has these 2 little magnets that look like nuclear warheads, like the early ones.
Okay.
Christopher's coming in.
Hold on a second. Before we go anywhere, do not put them close to the microphone.
Oh, no, I'm not that close.
Okay. We can tell you're not that close. And
that's not me. I didn't do that. No. But
okay.
Here, gerbils. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm going to do with you. Say, my name is James.
My name is James.
Okay. Now don't say anything. My name is James. Okay. We are hooked up. And I'm muscle testing. What I'm doing is using kinesiology to find out energetic truth. And energetic truth is energetic truth in the now. Please don't try to use this to get the lottery numbers. Anybody? I'm muscle testing using a finger pull method. You can check out kinesiology online. There are lots of different ways to do muscle testing. But my name is James, and so we are now non-local. I'm in James's energy field, and I'm asking the question, does James have a trapped emotion related to management at his former workplace that is ready to be cleared? And it's a big, strong yes. Okay. Is this trapped emotion listed in column A? I have 2 columns and 6 rows of 5 emotions each. So I have 60 emotions I can pick from to see what this is nearest. Is this emotion listed in column A? No. Column B? Yes. Is it in an odd row? No. An even row? Yes. Is it in row 2? Row 4? Row 6? It's in row 4. And in row 4 we have, is it depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, take? It's depression. They made you depressed, those boonies. Okay.
Probably a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Okay, what age did this emotion become trapped for James? Did it become trapped before he was 30? before he was 40, before he was 50, before he was 60.
How about 70?
How old are you? I know how old are you. You're 59?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, 38?
Yeah.
Did he become trapped before he was 55? Okay. Did he become trapped at 50, 51, 52, 53, 54? So depression became trapped at 54. Do you remember, within, give or take a year, because we can't always be utterly perfect, do you remember what was going on then?
Well, I'm trying to remember what that was. All three of the events that took place over the 28 years came to a head with a whole bunch of stuff in 2012, the summer of 2012.
Okay, and that's about that time. That's within that year. Okay. Yeah, so that made you very depressed. And when you remember it, when you say, yeah, I remember all this stuff was going on, what you're doing is that emotion of depression is relatively softball size, maybe wiffle ball size. It can be different sizes, but you're bringing it up to the surface of your body when you remember it. And I'm just going to ask one more question. Is it James's emotion? Yes. Is it located above his waist, below his waist, in his energy field? Is this depression located above his waist, below his waist? Is it in an organ? Yes. Is it in his stomach? It's in your stomach. So in the pit of your stomach, when all this came, you put that there.
Yeah.
So you felt it in your tummy. Is it okay if we clear that from you now?
Yeah, sure.
Durable? Okay. So what I'm doing is, I'm running this over my meridian 3 times, but I'm going to run it a little bit more. And take a deep breath and let it out. Okay. And have we cleared this depression from James? Yes. You might have other stuck depression emotions from other time periods, but that one, what's happening with it now is it's being sent like a slow pitch softball, like a slow motion pitch out of your body and out through your energy field. And in the next 2 days, it's going to travel out of your 12-foot diameter energy field and leave you and be gone for good.
Be gone, I say.
Be gone. Be gone from him. So drink some water and let me know next week how you are. If you've grown horns in the tail or something terrible. Well, Let's try one more, unless you have a question.
What's the capital of Ecuador? No, it's one of the things I did, and I went back and in my forgiveness meditation, I went back as far as I could in my life and forgave the past tense of forgive. I forgave everybody that bullied me or did anything that was negative to me all my life, and that included these 3 managers over time. And the only time that really pops up is if I'm filing documents dealing with a complaint against them and things like that, and then it comes up. But the rest of the time is I really don't care because I'm having fun being retired. Yeah. But and it's funny you say it's in my stomach because isn't that the third chakra, the big round one?
Yeah, it's your center, and it's above your, it's where you let things in, and it's also where you get your support. Your parents' cords are usually right around the stomach area. Your mother might be on the left, cords to your mother, cords to your father. But if your work is providing your support or providing your income, and also if your people you work with are particularly authoritarian, this is not part of emotion code, this is just something I've learned over the years doing energy work, that might have been related to how you viewed your work. That you were, it was so patriarchal, or it was so authoritarian, or it was also so important because that's how you survive. Yeah. And those things really hit us in the stomach. That's how we get our nutrition. That's how we get our food nourishes us. Well, your work can nourish you, or it can poison you.
Yeah. In my work, as and now I look back with an empath eye as doing police work, I really enjoyed helping people. And
Right.
and for those in different countries, don't think of it as your local police. It's completely different. It's the type of police work that I did. I think I was only in uniform for about 9 or 10 years maximum out of 28. And the rest of the time I worked organized crime and dealt with my clients who were drug users, addicted, had addictions and issues like that. So our job is to try to get them into recovery and help get them back on track. So it's a very helping kind of job. And
Right.
I was called a high flyer at the time. Like, I was doing a lot of things. I really enjoyed the work. I was putting programs together that helped people and helped the drug addled and things like that. But anyway, the management, the three managers that I can go back over were not overly, let's say, good at their job. They weren't managers. I took it upon myself. I supervised about 15 people at one point, 16 people, and I said that my job is to teach you to take over my job, because that's what you want to do to people. My managers, on the other hand, were nailed to their chairs, and there was no way they were going to give up their little fiefdom. And when I came along, it was pretty intimidating. So that's where you did a really good job, but you put the wrong date on this document. It's like, what do you? Yeah, so change it. No, we're going to have to ray up for that. What?
Yeah.
So they just start chipping away.
Yeah.
And that's the frustrating part, and that is unfortunately what piles up, and you begin to get paranoid, which was, I find, one of the first signs of post-traumatic stress in my type of job. Your paranoia against the management, not the public, but the management.
Right. And rightfully so. I mean, my last job working for anybody else, I had one of those managers, and it was the first one I ever had. And I literally had to leave for my own health and safety, besides the fact that my guys were like, okay, you've learned everything you can learn here. But I went above their heads to have their bosses restrain them until I could leave, because that was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Hey, I just did all this stuff for you, and you're writing me up because somebody said I looked at them funny. What's that? What is a funny look? I mean, that it was to that level of nitpicky that they wanted to say, well, you weren't nice to so-and-so. What did I do to so-and-so? You looked at her funny. Okay. Yeah, I look at a lot of people funny depending on what I'm thinking about, which might have nothing to do with them. Anyway, so let's see if you got one more, because you said frustration. Let's see if we get that or if we get something else, and then we'll go on to Christopher. Does James have another emotion related to work PTSD that we could clear today? Yes. Is it located in column A? Column B? Is it in an odd row, an even row? Is it in row 2, row 4? It's in row 4 again. Is it depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted? Well, that was that story. And so taken for granted. Did it become trapped before he's 30, 40, 50, 60? Did it become trapped at 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55? So 55 is taken for granted. Is it trapped above his waist, below his waist? Is it in an organ, bones? Is it in his back? Is it in his lumbar spine, sacral spine? Is it in the first 3 sacral? So lower sacral spine. Is it ready to be cleared now? Yes. You ready? That's 1, 2, just running this, 3. So lower sacral spine often has to do with whether or not you're supported in life. That's not emotion code work, but other energy work that comes up. So that might be why that's there. Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Interesting. You'll be dead in an hour. No.
are you feeling? Are you okay? Yeah. Did your head pop off? No, nothing like that happens. Well, let's see. Does Christopher want to come on?
Christopher.
And get.
Yes, I do. I was kept on mute.
Excellent, sir.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at you and see what comes up. I'm not going to ask you any questions. I'm going to see what energetically comes up. Let me just disconnect from James here energetically. What I'm doing is I'm rubbing my hands and blowing it off. And then I'm saying, my name is Amy Elizabeth. My name is James. My name is Elizabeth. Okay. All right. Say, Christopher, say, my name is Christopher.
My name is Christopher.
Okay. Now say nothing. And I'll say,
yes, hello.
My name is Christopher. Okay. All right. So we're hooked up. Christopher, if you get water after this, if you don't have water right now, get some, because this is helped along by water. And I'm going to ask, does Christopher have an emotion that is ready to be cleared this evening? Yes. Is it located in column A? Is it located in column B? It's in column B. Is it located in an odd row? Is it located in an even row? It's in an even row. Is it in row 2? It's in row 2. There are 6 rows altogether. In row 2 we have, is it failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, low self-esteem? Christopher, low self-esteem. Did this become trapped before Christopher was 30, before he was 40? Okay, so before you were 40. Did it become trapped before he was 35? No. Did it become trapped when he was 35? Christopher, this became trapped when you were 35. Do you remember what was going on then?
Yeah, I do. That was, well.
Hey, next caller, if you could put yourself on mute, that'd be great, and we'll get to you.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Just, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Christopher, do you remember what was going on?
Yes, that's when I found out what my actual diagnosis was and stuff. They had me mislabeled for many years.
Oh, so that made you feel differently about yourself?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And let's ask if we need to know more about this emotion before we clear it. Do we need to know more? Yes. Okay. Did this feeling of low self-esteem become lodged above Christopher's waist? No. Below his waist? Yes. Is it in an organ? Is it in a bone? Is it in his spine? Okay. Is it in his lumbar spine? Yes. Is it in lumbar 1, 2, 3, 4? So that's just behind your solar plexus, and a little bit down is lumbar 4. And spine often relates to whether or not we feel supported. And it can also relate to past life information at the lumbar, because that's on the curve. That's not emotion code work. That information is coming from my experience doing energy work before. But that's where it seems to be, is in lumbar 4 or near it. Now, it's the size of a softball, so it would probably cover lumbar 4 and 5, or part of lumbar 3 and then all of 4 and then 5. Okay. So are you ready to clear this?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm running this over my governing meridian, over the top of my head and down to my shoulders, down my spine, because I can't go all the way down my own back. And running the magnets. But as James said, they look like nuclear warheads. You're right, James, they do. They look like the nuclear thing, but they're just magnets. Okay. All right. Have we cleared this emotion of low self-esteem from Christopher? Yes, we have. Okay. Let's ask if there's one more. Does Christopher have another emotion that's ready to be cleared tonight? Yes. Is it located in column A, column B? Okay, it's in column B. Is it in an odd row, an even row? Is it in row 2, row 4, row 6, row 2? Okay. Is it failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control? This is a different low self-esteem, probably from a different experience. And oftentimes what will happen is they will clump together. It's because frequency of like energy likes like energy. So these probably clumped together and got ready to clear today, or at some time have they been waiting to clear out because they clumped together. But let's see where it is. Did this become trapped before Christopher was 30, before he was 40? Yes. Did it become trapped before he was 35? Did it become trapped at 35? This became trapped at 35 as well, so around the same time period within a year. Is this trapped above his waist, below his waist? Is it in a bone, an organ? Okay, it's in an organ. Is it in his stomach, his spleen, his pancreas, his liver? So this is in your liver. And that might have been, some anger when you got that diagnosis. Would that make sense?
Yeah, I spent all these years and it made me bitter.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because, they didn't, that would make a lot of sense. Okay. So is this emotion now ready to be cleared out? Yes. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. Let it out. One more. And one more. All right. One more deep breath. Let it out. Yeah. That one was really heavy. That was interesting. That was heavy on you. So have we cleared this? Are we good for now? Yeah, 2 for now. So drink a lot of water, Christopher, and be careful when you get up. Sometimes having emotions moving out through your energy field might make you feel a little woozy. And when these go, these will be gone. So it'll take a day or 2 for it to move completely out of your energy field, but it will be gone when it's gone. Won't come back. Let's see, should we try one more? No, that's good. That second one was big. So you did good work there.
This was awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Thank
I
you.
like this.
Yeah, where can I get some nuclear magnets?
Nuclear magnets, you can get them in at Nikon.com. Just look up Nikon magnets.
Okay.
I have I don't take advantage of the things that I have. You can also contact me at info@ElizabethAnglin, and I can be your Nikon distributor. I just haven't set that up on my website yet because I'm like, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that. But if you would make me your distributor, that would be awesome for me because I am a distributor. But please email me at info@ElizabethAnglin, and you can use them for other things. You can sleep on them. You can get the socks. You can get the bedding. If you've got any chronic fatigue or you've got something else going on, magnetic therapy works great. We use them a lot when I was doing equine rehab for X-ray sources. We used to use them for horses a lot, and horses really respond well to them, too, besides people. So, I need to drink some water. Woo!
Well,
Okay.
while you're drinking water, I'll be doing the ventriloquy. Hey, hold on. What I'm going to do is I have a friend who also wants to take a shot at this, and that friend's going to come on right after our caller who is patiently on hold from the 214 area code. And so have your water, and while you are drinking in the way you are drinking, I will make a lot of noise. I'll be calling this other person, so you will hear some area code or dialing shenanigans from my end here in my little log cabin. Don't you be going. Merv Griffin will send us a bill.
Is this the party to whom I am connected? I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
I love her. I love Lily.
Yes.
I wanted to be her.
You did you? Okay.
I did.
Elizabeth, are you hydrated?
I am hydrated.
All right. Go for our young lady on area code 214. Hi, where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from...
Hello? Yep.
Is this a... I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Hello.
Hi, my name is Hong Tran, and I've been a long-time listener of your show, and I love your show.
Oh, hello, Hong Tran.
For the first time.
Excellent.
Thank you, Hong.
The only thing I can say is in Vietnamese is gun sack, but that's a crude way of saying policeman. But thank you for calling, Hong.
You got it. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So how do we? This is my first time. So can you talk me through the etiquette?
Sure. I talk a lot, and you talk like you say something interesting back. No. So, Hung, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm going to basically connect with you now. So, because I'm doing clearing. So, what we'll do is say, "My name is Hung." You say, "My name is Hung," right now.
Okay. My name is Hong.
Okay. And now, don't say anything. And I'm going to say, "My name is Hung." Okay, we are connected. Do you have any water near you? It's a little bit loose. Do you have any water you could drink?
Yeah, let me.
Okay, take a big swig.
Okay.
All right. Made him go running for water. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, are you back?
1 second, I'm pouring it right now. So
Okay. Well, we're connected, so I'm going to go ahead and test for you while you pour, but then go ahead and take a drink. Okay, does Hong have an emotion that is ready to be cleared this evening? Yes. Is this emotion listed in column A? Yes. Okay. So you do have an emotion. It's listed in the first column, column A. Is it in an odd row? Is it in an even row? It's in an even row. Is it in row 2, row 4, or row 6? This emotion is listed in row 6, and in that row we have, is it humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, overwhelm? Humiliation, jealousy. It's jealousy. Hung, how old are you, may I ask? Because it matters what I test for next.
I'm 33.
33, okay. Did this emotion become trapped before Hung was 17? No. Before he was 25? Yes. Did it become trapped before he was 20? No. Did it become trapped when he was 20, 21, 22, 23, 24? So when you were 24, you experienced this strong emotion of jealousy, I believe. Let me just check one more thing. Is this Hong's emotion to begin with? No. Okay. Is this someone else's emotion that Hong took on? Yes. Who did you know when you were around 24, 23, 24, 25 who might have been jealous or was jealous near you? Family, girlfriend?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
24? Wow, that's like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Let me see if I think back. I can't recall right now, to be honest, as far as jealousy.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's someone else's. It could be a family member. It could be a sibling. Is it mother, father, sibling? Do you have a sibling?
Yes, I do. Well, I do have an older brother.
Okay.
Jealousy, I wouldn't say to describe it. I would say that my, mom always favorites him. So I would say, yeah, a little bit, but I never, hold it to really a strong, maybe in the background, yes.
Yeah, and he may be, this is coming out that he may be jealous. It may be that you took on his feeling of jealousy for him, that you took it from him, that you don't really feel it toward him, but you took on his. So, well, anyway, let's clear it. Let's find out where it lodged in your body, and let's clear it. Did this lodge in above Hong's waist, below his waist? Yes. Is it in an organ? Is it in a bone? Is it in the spine? It's in the spine. Is it in the lumbar spine? Sacral spine? 1, 2, 3. So about sacral 3, it lodged in there. Is it ready to come out now? Are we sure? Yeah? Okay. Are you ready to remove it? I'm just going to roll.
Yes.
All right, so 1, rolling it once over my meridian, twice, 3 times for Hong, with the intention, I'm also setting the intention that this is removed from you quickly and easily and forever. Okay. All right. And have we removed this jealousy from Hong? Yes. Okay. Let's try one more and see if we get something of yours that you recognize. Does Hong have another emotion that is ready to be cleared? Yes. Is it listed in column A, column B? It's in column B. Is it in an odd row, an even row? Is it in row 2, row 4, row 6? It's in row 6. Is it pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless? So worthless is like, something is worthless or you are worthless. It's kind of in the self-esteem range that you don't feel worthy or somebody has made you feel worthless, that you don't deserve. Did this become trapped before Hong was 17? Before he was 30? Did this become trapped when Hong was 30, 31, 32, 30? So around the time you were 30, 29, 30, 31, a sense of worthless became trapped. Do you know what was happening then?
Yeah, I have been feeling that lately because of a couple incidents in my life, and it's making me reflect, and I do feel that, yes. There's a sense of that.
All right. Well, this is ready to clear, so that's very good. Let's see. Is this emotion of worthless trapped above Hong's waist? No. Below his waist? Yes. Is it in an organ? Yes. Is it in his stomach? So this is trapped in your stomach. So what that would be is if you feel worthless, how that may be affecting your life is that you don't feel like you can have abundance, that you're worthy of it, or that you can have nourishment, or that you can have a good job. So this worthless might really affect, how you're cared for, what you assimilate. So let's go ahead and clear it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, clearing worthless for Hong. 3, 4. Okay. Have we cleared this worthless from Hong? Yes. So, okay. So that's good. That really needed to come out. Drink some more water tonight and drink a little extra water tomorrow. And be careful, get up slowly after this, just in case your energy system's a little out of it. Okay?
Let me ask you one question, though, and I wanted to see if you, sense it. So since 2015, I had a big eye surgery in my left eye. So I had 2 eye surgery there, and it's just been lingering. It took about 2 years to heal. It's finally healed, but it's not a fully fully healed yet. I would say 80% healed. And I did, all kind of thing. I had to do my own little research to finding all kind of remedy. Basically, I tried everything. And I was wondering, is there something there that is holding? Is there also a feeling in that area, in my left eye area?
Let's see if there's any emotion. Yeah, I get that it's going to heal up pretty well, more than it is right now this year. But let's see if there's an emotion in that area. And I'm getting left eye. You might have said left eye, but is it left eye? The main?
Yeah, left eye.
Okay. You may have said it, but I also feel it. So let's see. Does Hong have an emotion related to his left eye healing that is ready to clear tonight? Yes, you do have an emotion. Okay. Is this emotion listed in column A, column B? Yes. Okay. Is it in an odd row, an even row? Yes. Is it in row 2, row 4, row 6? It's in row 6 in column B. Is it pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless? Unworthy. So any sense of unworthiness, which is similar to worthless, may be holding back your healing. So you want to say, I am worthy and deserving of being fully healed and whole as you go forward this year. I am worthy and deserving. But let's clear that feeling of unworthy that's holding back the healing, too. So let's see. Do we need to know anything else about this? Okay. What age did this emotion become trapped for Hong? Before the age of 17? Before the age of 25? Before 25? Before the age of 20? Did it become trapped at 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25? So 24, 25, 26 in that time frame, unworthy became trapped. Do you remember what was going on then?
Well, this happened about 2 years ago, but you're saying that the feeling
emotion
might have been trapped.
Yeah, before then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so, and is this trapped above his waist? Is this trapped in his head? Yes. Is this trapped in the eye? It got trapped in your eye. So it might have had something to do with the eye. It's going bad itself. But when you get an emotion trapped in a part of your body, that part of the body has to work harder to stay well. And sometimes emotions can lead to the manifestation of an illness or a manifestation of something that needs to be operated on later on. So it does test out that when you felt this unworthy, it got trapped in your eye. So it is related. Let's go ahead and clear it. I'll make it easier.
I appreciate that.
1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. And is that cleared? Yes. All right. So, do we need to do anything else? No. And I just heard your guide as I was doing that last clearing saying, call your mother. I don't know why. And I'm not doing readings tonight, so you could talk to Joanne or Skeeter later on. But somebody just said, call your mother. Is your mother in here? I hope so, because it was call your mother. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I understand what that means.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
Thank you. And what was the affirmation that you recommended earlier? Can you repeat it one more time, please?
I am worthy and deserving of being fully healed.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. See you later, Hong. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Very cool. And we are going to, right now, move to a 780 phone number. Hi, who's this?
Hi, my name's Madeline.
Hello, Madeline. And
Hi.
you are going to be talking to Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Madeline. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I hope
Okay.
that, hello?
So, Madeline, I am going to ask the question, do you have an No, first you got to say, let me get Hong out of here. Hold on. Hong, I love you, but I need to disconnect from you. Okay. All right, say, I am Madeline.
I am Madeline.
Okay, now say, my name is Madeline.
My name is Madeline.
Okay, and now don't say anything. My name is Madeline. Okay, we're connected. All right, does Madeline have an emotion that's ready to clear this evening? Yes, you do. Oh my God, I don't even need to test this one. All right, is this emotion listed in column A, column B? It's in column B. Is it an odd row, an even row? Is it in row 2? It's in row 2. Is it failure, hopelessness, helplessness, lack of control, low self-esteem? So I'm overwhelmed with like grief and lack of control. Like I think it's like sadness, but it's saying lack of control. So I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it's like, whoa. So first we have lack of control. Is this Madeline's? Yes. Is this trapped above her waist? Did it become trapped? How old are you, Madeline?
I'm 31.
Okay. Did this become trapped before she was 16? Before she was 25? Before she was 30? Did it become trapped at age 25, 26, 27, 28, 29? So within a year, in the last couple of years, this became trapped. 29, 30, 31. It can be within a year. It could be 30. It's the feeling of lack of control. Do you know what was going on then?
Well, to be honest, I've had something happen very recently, like within the past couple days. But as far as like a very serious, like lingering thing, I haven't really had anything happen for a while.
Yeah, we all have stuff that we don't even realize we have. We feel an emotion, we put it somewhere so we don't have to consciously deal with it. But I think I'm picking up on what happened in the last couple of days. But but what wants to clear is what was lack of control. So let's do that, and then we'll get to this, because I'm like, whoa, what was that?
Okay.
But then I'm going to ask you directly about that and see if it's the right time to clear it or if you still need to process it more. So is this lodged above her waist? Yes. Is it in her heart? Yes. So lack of control in the heart. We're just going to go 1. I'm going to go quickly through this. 2, 3, 1 more, 4. It's playing into how you feel about what just happened. So now I can see it as it's moving out, that it was playing into making how you're feeling about what just happened feel worse. So it's going out. It's like let's do a prerequisite clearing for this. Okay. All right. What just let's ask does Madeline have an emotion regarding what just happened in the last couple of days that is ready to clear? Yes. Okay. Is it listed in column A, column B? Is it listed in an odd row and even row? Is it listed in an odd row and even row? Even row is in row 2, row 2. Failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control. Failure, helplessness. It doesn't... Did something happen with your parents?
No.
Okay, because this isn't coming up as some... Failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control. Low... Do you have water?
Yes.
Drink some water for me, please.
Okay.
And I'll drink some water, too. Because it keeps hitting every other one of the 5 in row 2. And sometimes when we lose connection, it may be that we're dehydrated. Another thing it could be, but it doesn't sound right for what we're looking at, sometimes if you have an inherited emotion from your father or your mother, your grandparents, or on back through the ages, that will be hard to test. But also if somebody is getting dehydrated, it's hard to test. So, all right. So is this one failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of failure? So feeling of failure. Did this become trapped before she was 16, 25, 30, or at 30, 31? It's playing into what just happened, but it's near term. It's not really testing in the last couple of days. It's testing in the last year. Hold on.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It kind of does now that I think about it, actually.
Okay. Yeah. So failure within the last kind of getting trapped. Is this trapped above her? Is it hers? Is it Madeline's? Is somebody else feeling failure that's been close to you? Madeline.
Hi.
So, do you know of anyone else who's been feeling failure or could have been feeling failure who's been close to you?
No, not really.
Hold on. I think we both need to drink more water. Okay, well, we're just going to... Is it trapped in her, above her waist, below her waist, above her waist? Is it in an organ? Is it in her lungs, her heart? It's in your heart. So, you ready? Let's move it out of your heart.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And that's it. And we're going to have to go to break real shortly. So let's see. Have we cleared failure for Madeline? Yes. All right. Madeline, drink a lot of water and
okay.
Give me an email at info@ElizabethAnglin. Let me know how it goes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Everyone. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. If you want to try motion code work, give me an email at info@ElizabethAnglin and give me a shout and I'll set you up.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
good night, Elizabeth. Thanks very much. And everyone hang tough for 2 mediums and a large coming up after the break.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott, and I would like to invite you to listen Monday through Friday right here on Spaced Out Radio. 3 hours a night of the top stories with the top guests, ranging topics from UFOs to ETs, ghosts to Sasquatch, and everything in between. We are live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. So come on in and take a listen at spacedoutradio.com. Spaced Out Radio will take you out of this world.
Hi there, this is your psychic medium Joanna, and I would love it if you would join us every other Sunday on Spaced Out Weekend. With host James Tyson, we'll bring you personal psychic messages on 2 mediums and a large. questions about love, life, career changes, we would love it if you would come and join us live. Call in and listen in for the experience. Allow us to open the doors to your other side. 2 mediums and a large, heard only on Spaced Out Weekend at spacedoutradio.com.
Looking for news beyond the mainstream news? Head to spacedoutradio.com and check out the SOR Spacewire. This is Spaced Out Radio's Eric Markham, News Director for the SOR Spacewire. Daily, I will bring you intriguing stories and outlandish reports from what's going on around the world. UFO sightings, paranormal activity, conspiracies, alternative health, and so much more. And if you have news, email me at news@spacedoutradio.com.
Attention Spaced Out Radio listeners. For only $5 a month, you can join Spaced Out Radio Space Travelers. Your membership at spacedoutradio.com will give you access to private fan area on the website, get you a monthly newsletter, draws for monthly swag, and a whole lot more. Sign up today to become a part of the Spaced Out Radio experience.
For over 40 years, the Purple Energy Plates have been delivering amazing results for their many customers. Inspired by the great genius Nikola Tesla, the harmony, healing, and energetic effects of the plates have proven over and over to be beneficial and often miraculous to thousands of customers. With their money-back guarantee and the many benefits, how can you afford not to get one? Check their site for daily specials and choose from their many energy products. You won't be sorry. Visit them today at purpleplates.com for mind, body, and spirit, and expect a miracle.
Patrolling the Pacific Northwest, we are always on the lookout for the strange and unassuming stories that real people are experiencing. Hi, I'm Vincent Zunza from Pacific North Weird. Me and Alexandra Sullivan have teamed to bring to you those odd stories that never seem to make it into the mainstream. Stories so weird that will leave you scratching your head wondering, is this real? It's as real as it gets with Pacific North Weird. You can watch our videos right here at spacedoutradio.com.
To go live on Spaced Out Weekend.
13, please. Oh, hi, Kevin. Oh, is that the time? Kevin, my friend, don't you find that watch just a little bit loud? Well, I certainly hope our buddy Bumblefoot is playing when we get there. Oh, you stinky big bundle of hair. I said Bumblefoot, not Bigfoot. Oh, it's going to be a long night.
It's time to head to the 13th floor of the old log cabin for Spaced Out Weekend with James Tyson. You can tweet James at James Tyson SOR. You can find him on Instagram, Spaced Out Weekend, as well as on Facebook. On YouTube, our channel is Spaced Out Radio Show, and you can check out our website, spacedoutradio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
And now, perched high in his captain's chair, way above the clouds, here's James Tyson.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Spaced Out Weekend. I am your host, James Tyson, and it's good to have all of you here in my little log cabin up here as we broadcast around the world from this darling cabin here on the 13th floor of the Spaced Out Radio Network from those paranormal portals of the Canadian left lower coast, or what we here in the Pacific Northwest call Cascadia. And I want to take time now to welcome in everyone listening on WQEE 99 Rock the Key in Newnan, Georgia, and all of the Metro Atlanta area. Those at spacedoutradio.com, on Spreaker, the United Public Radio Network, Renegade Talk Radio, and the High Plains Talk Radio Network. And you can also, if you really want, you can check me out on Twitter at Spaced Out Weekend. Give my Facebook page a like at Spaced Out Weekend, or our Facebook page, Spaced Out Radio Show. On Instagram, follow me at James Tyson SOR. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and iTunes at Spaced Out Radio Show. And we're also just lately on Radio Guide FM, Talk, Stream Live, and on Stitcher. And of course, on spaceoutradio.com. And it's kind of interesting why I have to tell you where we're broadcasting from, because frankly, we're broadcasting to you via whatever you're listening to me on right now. But I know it's an odd thing. And tonight, for those not knowing what's going on with our fancy little radio show here, it's two mediums and a large. It is your turn and your time to call in for a psychic reading from Skeeter, who is she's a seamstress by trade. By day, she's a seamstress. At night, she's a witch. No, hold on. Actually, she's a hedge witch, or was a hedge witch in high school. She is a wonderful spirit medium, a psychic medium. I ran into her at a Paracon in Washington State, not too far from where she lives now, and a wonderful, wonderful person, very well connected. And it is a wonderful, wonderful grace gift we have to have Skeeter Welhouse here with us tonight. And our numerologist, who also instructs me on how to talk to people when I'm reading cards, is Paisley Town. Now, Paisley is one of those people who can touch something and tell you what it's all about, too. That's psychometry. And she's been doing this for an awful long time. Originally from the eastern part of Canada, has moved herself way out west here, and her, call it almost ascension, is continuing. She is very, very intuitive. She does card readings, both tarot and oracle. She does your numbers. So if you were to call in tonight, she can, by your birth date and your name, basically call it as it is. It's quite frightening, actually, because I've never really run into somebody who does this kind of work before I had the show. And you can get a hold of Paisley. If you want to know more about her, you can write her at Paisley Town. Actually, go to her website, paisleytown.com. And Skeeter is at bluemoonweaver.com. Again, bluemoonweaver.com. And before I bring them in kicking and screaming, I want you to know the way you can get a hold of us tonight is call in at 575-694-6634. Again, that's 575-694-6634. And to our friends down in Australia and over into Western Europe, I don't want you having to dial country codes on the front of that thing. Just, if you have Skype, get a hold of me on Skype, James_Tyson32. James_Tyson32. And I promise I will be giving the phone number out a lot more than usual, just because we're bouncing around 160 countries around the world right now, and we get all sorts of mail saying, come on, I need that phone number a little more often. So here we are, Skeeter and Paisley. How has your week been?
Busy. Yours?
Well, I had my picture taken with a great horned owl today named Hagrid. I was at an outdoor sporting show. It was kind of fun. And Paisley, this is kind of cool.
Doing well.
I hope so. Now, Paisley, I tell a lot of people that I was on your card, one of the card courses, and I read the backs of business cards to one of the other people in the class. And yesterday, after last night's show, someone called me for a reading. Wanted to have a reading, and I actually couldn't find my cards. They were in a pocket that I was looking for and couldn't find it. Well, I ended up grabbing 3 business cards on my desk here, flipped them over, and did a reading for her last night from those.
Perfect. It worked great last time.
Yeah, it's just very, very odd. Very odd. And, it is a very, very interesting transition from not knowing anything about reading cards or reading people. And now I'm actually going from cards to reading people, but just by looking at them. So it's an interesting transition, and I'm wondering what the heck is going on. I'm not ever going to be like you, Amy. Sorry, Skeeter. This is going to be it's going to take a while to get to where you can look at somebody like you and say, well, yeah, there's 3 people standing behind you, and one of them is, an angel, and the other one is a knight. So, baby steps.
Yes, baby steps.
Babies. Hey, what is a hedge witch?
A hedge witch is actually the witch who works with a lot of alchemy, herbology, and natural earth magic. We were the ones who used to live out on the outskirts of town, near the hedges and bushes going into the forest. So we were kind of like the outcasts that everyone came to when you needed us.
Oh, lovely. The ones that, well, we don't want to see you talking to the hedge witch. So she's on the other side of the hedge.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. Well, we do have a caller. And she's leftover. She's just leftovers. She's leftover from Elizabeth Anglin. Madeline,
yes?
You are now with Paisley Town and Skeeter Welhouse.
Hi.
Hello. Do you have a question or thought or riddle or recipe tonight?
I kind of am just curious about getting like a general reading. I don't have like a specific question.
Okay. Do you want to do numerology with Paisley? Because she's fabulous at stuff like that. Or do you want me to tap into spirit and see what they have to say about you?
Or both.
Or both.
Yeah, both. If I can be greedy.
So you want to go first?
Sure. Madeline, let me take your name and your date of birth. And while I'm running your numbers, then I'm going to pass you over to Skeeter, and then we can come back to you. Is it Madeline, Madeline?
It's Madeline.
Okay. And when is your date of birth?
November 15th, 1985.
Okay. Are you all set to go, Skeeter?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I don't even have to spread the cards. Spirit was already popping in, going that she just needs guidance. She needs love. She needs to be told that it's okay. And yes, there's a lot of change going on, and everyone around you is crazy. We will allow you to know that. But please know that this really is a period of change for you. And it has been rough a little bit here and there. You're kind of wondering what's going to be happening next. So I'm trying to be a little lighthearted about it, because it has been very touch and go for you, where it's kind of like, oh, it's really good. Wait, where did it go?
Yeah.
One of the things you need to know is that not only is there a lot of change getting ready to happen around you, as far as the people around you are going to start shuffling themselves. You're going to start seeing them for who they really are as we enter in this new phase of moon and planet. I think it's Venus in retrograde. So you're going to start seeing people for what they really are over the next couple of weeks. These are things that you kind of already knew, but this is verification of it. And this is an opportunity for you to sit down and go, okay, this person really is important to me. I'm willing to work with this. This person, it's time for me to make a little room between us. The reason this is so important is because you're getting ready for some personal changes, and you're going to need to have a good group of people around you to support you, to encourage you, to be there as things change. This is also going to include changes in work. It's actually going to put a spotlight on you at work to where there's an opportunity for growth or other stuff, depending on how you pick and choose the people you're around. So be sure to look at the people around you and make sure that they're very positive, supportive people, so that as you're pushed into the spotlight, you can glow and get the attention that you want. Does that make sense?
Okay. I suppose it's a little bit terrifying because my job is like one of the only things that's like pretty stable in my life right now.
But Madeline,
but that's part of the change.
Madeline,
that's part of growth.
What's interesting is the other location we were talking about you going to try to work at.
Yes.
So if you you think about that into what Skeeter just said, to me it makes sense. Yeah. Because
I didn't think that would be a possibility anytime too soon, but maybe. I guess you never know.
Yeah, you just have to ask, right?
Yeah.
Get those good people around you.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready, Paisley?
Oh, hold on, Skeeter.
I'm all set.
Skeeter, stand by. Do you see any guides around Madeline?
I don't see guides, but there is an older gentleman around her. I'd probably say 80s, mid to late 80s. He's probably 1 to 2 generations separated. I want to say mother's side. And he's been asked to look over you and help you out, especially since a lot of the people that you're going to be sorting and working with are actually family members.
Really?
Yep. He says you know which ones. I don't have to get into it.
Is there any other human guide or not spirit guide per se, but assistant coming through?
I'm asking him real quick. He says there's an opportunity for one, but she has to get through this stage in order for him to be allowed to come through all the way.
Okay, so no female relative that you can see.
He says she's in the back cooking.
Can she tell us who that could be?
He says it's a grandmother. Someone who was actually close to you, but wasn't around long enough in your life to be a huge influence.
Interesting.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Sure.
I've had several experiences feeling my grandmother around me, and to the point where I've actually like explained to my mother what I feel this presence is, like personality traits, and but I've never met her because she actually passed when my mother was young.
That would make sense. Did she wear does rose water or rose water soap or perfume mean anything to you?
Well, not really, but roses were her favorite flower.
Yeah, there's the smell of roses around her.
Oh.
It's if you've ever smelled the old lady rose perfume, that rose water, that's what she smells like.
Okay.
So
that's
that's a good confirmation of who it is.
Yeah.
But I guess she loved cooking and feeding the family. That was how she showed love, was for cooking for the family. That's why he said she was in the back cooking, because she's taking care of everybody still.
That makes sense.
That's
but
cool.
She's actually waiting for you to, she says what she's waiting for you to do is to actually own up to your potential and stop hiding behind your insecurities.
Huh.
She says once you've discovered who you really are and what you're capable of, then she'll be allowed to move forward and help you move forward.
Interesting.
Okay.
Skeeter has
basically have more faith in yourself. I'm sorry, James, what?
Yeah, it was a good point. Have more faith in yourself. But has Madeline ever been the victim or subject of an attack, an energy attack by something negative?
I'm asking. He gave me kind of an odd look, and the grandmother said, "You know what he's talking about." So I'm assuming it wasn't a full-on attack, but it was passing through.
Okay. Has she ever had contact with extraterrestrials?
Yes.
Did they leave a mark on her body?
I'm seeing a small scar on a joint, so it's either by the elbow or by the knee.
Anything around the head, shoulders, back?
There's a dimple on the back.
Oh, don't look down there.
No, not those dimples.
For goodness sakes.
What it looks like is, when you put a needle to the flesh and it causes like an indent.
Yeah.
But the indent stayed.
Madeline, tell Skeeter about the marks you woke up with.
Okay. A few years back, I woke up with 3 perfectly circular marks down my spine, like between my shoulder blades, and perfectly in the center. And the top one was the largest, and then they got sequentially smaller, and they were like perfect circular areas of like chapped skin, kind of like scabbed over. And there was absolutely no way that I could have, like, I had done nothing that would have caused that. So it was very strange.
That is strange. So we're talking the upper back between the shoulder blades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm asking Grandpa. I'm flipping channels on him right now. Give me just a minute. Basically, what I'm seeing is these little dimple marks. And is there anything by your elbows or knees, out of curiosity, that looks like a little dimple mark, like a little
just like a point of skin that's pushed in?
It when you have a bad zit and it leaves like a little crater?
Yeah. I don't really have anything like that around my knees, because
that's
or
where
elbows.
He's really emphasizing.
Okay.
Is that whatever happened, it was done to the joints.
Oh.
That whatever was done was to affect the joint work.
Maybe
so
she had...
if it's along the spine, that would make sense if they were testing what nerves and...
Yeah, I was wondering if it's where she works, there's a lot of movement involved, and I'm wondering if when she was a baby or a little, maybe she had some joints they had to get working before she could kind of graduate into the careers that she has now. Is she much of an empath? And we're talking about you like you're not here, Madeline?
Actually, she is. And that's part of the reason why people are so attracted to her, especially people who may not always have her best interest in her favor.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's really important that you start sorting the people around you.
Oh, great. There's me out the window. Skeeter, she is one of the three. She's the last one of the three. The last one of the three. She's the three that you wanted to just stand them around a cauldron and have them stirring it. Yes.
What your grandfather is coming back with about the marks on your back, he says you've purposely been putting out energy by being what you are and drawing things to you. You can actually do a trick I can do. But you're not completely aware of it. And this is why you drew attention to yourself.
Uh-oh.
And it's basically, you can walk into a room and be... Let me see if this sounds familiar to you. It's a slow day, you're tired, you were up all night, and all of a sudden you get around a crowd of people, and by accident someone bumps into you. It doesn't really upset you, but all of a sudden you feel a burst of energy. And then slowly, as people are moving around you, it's like you slowly build up a caffeine charge. And you're just, you feel energized from the energy in the room. Does that sound familiar? That's because you're able to psychically absorb the energy of the people around you.
I've heard that that's not necessarily the best thing to do, though.
It's not, especially if you're not aware of it, because the other thing that you do when you do that is that you absorb the emotions of others around you. And you can accidentally reflect them at the not so best time. So someone may say something to you, like if you're around a very angry person, and you leave that angry person and someone says something that's totally innocent and you turn on them. Like, how dare you? It's that discharge that you're getting. So that's another reason why you need to be very selective about the people you have around you. Because if you've got someone with negative intentions, those negative intentions, those thoughts are going to be absorbed by you, and you're going to be thinking negatively.
Okay, yeah.
And this actually is why, relationship-wise, you've had a lot of them. You tend to go through them as quickly as James goes through donuts.
Hey!
So,
I don't eat donuts.
Really?
No.
But you're a cop.
Good.
Yeah, we go to those donut places in the middle of the night and I eat yogurt. Come on. But I do have tea.
Okay, you go through guys the way James goes through tea bags.
Well, hey ho. Okay,
but there's
Skeeter,
a reason
keep digging the hole.
for it.
Yeah.
There is actually a reason for this. It's because you go through their energy. You are seeking that kind of high, that energy, that excitement, and everything else that comes in a relationship. But once the bloom is gone from the relationship, you're not getting that high anymore. And then you become what they probably call as needy, because you're trying to get that spark again, but they've already been worn out. So does that make sense on a lot of things about how they may start out really sweet and romantic, and then all of a sudden they're like, give me some space. And it's not.
It sure makes a lot of sense about what just happened in my life, like to a T.
But what's funny is that it's not anything that you've actually physically done, which is why you get confused. You haven't actually changed. It's just the fact that you're absorbing that energy that is using them up so quickly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So is there a way that I can control that? Or
actually, as long as you are aware of it, the best thing I can do is kind of treat it like a light switch. When you're around people, kind of tell yourself, I'm not going to be on. I'm turning myself off. I'm not going to absorb any energy. I'm not going to take in anyone's personality traits. I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to stay with just me.
Okay.
And if you have time, are you familiar with shielding?
A little bit. Is that like where you picture like a white light around you, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start practicing shielding, because you can actually build a little bubble around yourself, and you can keep energy out and keep yourself in, and that way you don't do this as well. And you're actually not necessarily shielding yourself, you're actually shielding them from you.
Okay.
It sounds a little weird, but there's actually quite a few individuals who are very sweet, kind, loving individuals who just want to do this. And one of the tricks they've taught me to protect other people from what I can do is to just gently shield myself and protect them. Yeah. Because it's not intentional, and it's not meant to hurt anyone, and it's not like, you know, a psychic vampire in the movie where I'm just like, I gotta have all this energy and I'm stealing it. It's just as you touch, it just passes through. It comes in. When you're in a crowded room, there's a lot of it. Your body just naturally brings it in.
Okay.
So by learning how to shield, you can actually cut that line off. And by telling yourself, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to turn myself off. And if it is the middle of the day and you're a little tired, you can go, okay, I'm going to turn myself on for X amount of time, but only because I'm around my best friend Joey. And Joey's a really positive, happy person, so I'll mimic his high and get myself through the rest of the day.
Okay.
Because you're not actually hurting him unless you're doing it like every day, every hour, in which case you'll kind of wear him down and he'll be like, God, you're so clingy, and why are you around me all the time?
Yeah, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. We'll this will continue, young lady. Both of you. Both of you, because I'm going to try to get you together for a full reading. Actually, I think we just had a full reading. I'm not really sure here, but that was a rather long one. But we haven't even got to Paisley's numbers. Paisley, what have you got?
So, Madeline, it's interesting, like Skeeter was touching on a lot of things that I had already written down. When I look at your name in balance with your birthday, I would say like super sensitive, empath, artist, healer. You like things that are organic, so you like nature and animals and plants and flowers and nature, being outside. Do you have any issues regarding motivation?
Yes.
And what I mean by that is, like, do you feel lack of motivation often?
Yes.
And do you suffer from a little bit of depression?
Yes.
Okay. What happens with this birthday is that you have elements that sometimes oppose each other. So when I look at your birthday, when I look at your name, you have a 3 name, which tells me empathetic and sensitive, and you automatically pick up information from other people. So you may feel overwhelmed in crowds. Is that true?
Yeah, I can. I can for sure if I'm not prepared.
Sure, and I would say I would say because of your birthday numbers and where they fall, I would say you should often be prepared. Like I would prepare every day to protect yourself when you get up in the morning, so that you're kind of covered for the day. So places like casinos or emergency rooms, places that have like a lot of chaos going on, you can cope well in those environments, but you are sensitive to pick up the energy of the people around you.
Okay.
So if you go to a concert, you might feel really tired after the concert, not because it's late at night, but just because of the energy.
Always, yes.
Does that make sense? Okay. And
yes.
So do you work in administration or healing or art?
Art, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
My first thing I wrote was artist healer. And where are you calling from, Madeline?
Vancouver, BC.
Awesome. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is regarding the depression or the lack of motivation. Cardio activity would be really beneficial to your birthday because you're born in November. And I say that because what happens is you have a lot of passion and you try, and the communication style that you have is very loving and very generous and very compassionate, but also you get so passionate about what you're saying is when you go to speak and communicate, you think very quickly, and sometimes the information comes out too fast and it's not exactly how you meant to say it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that? Okay, so cardio activity would keep that level of passion a little bit more grounded so that you can practice your patience more. So you might be a person that rushes around, or you might get speeding tickets, or you might feel like you're always in a hurry, or you may feel like, oh my gosh, there's pressure, I don't have enough time. Like you may always feel rushed, and cardio activity will actually balance that out quite a bit. And you should have a little bit of a temper too if you're not doing cardio.
I don't really.
Do you internalize your temper? Do you eat it? Do you like push it down?
I don't think so. I think that I did when I was younger, but I think in my early 20s, as soon as I found meditation, I found that my explosive emotions really got under control.
Good.
And I've never had any kind of issue with it, really.
Right. And when I look at the numbers, like I'm just looking at your age and the year that you're born and so on. And so I would say until you're roughly in your 30s, that passionate, chaotic, fast-thinking energy would promote itself more in your early, from 30 and under. And I would say from 30 to 60, you're going to be more empathetic and more sensitive and more, I would say, prone to be susceptible to be hurt by other people. And it's not because you're weak, it's because you're such an open sensitive that when the information comes to you, it hits you like a wall. So that's where the protection and the cardio would benefit you. So it would slow you down and keep you more grounded, I'll say. But you also should be very attracted to water. So if you could combine your cardio activity with either listening to, water, music, or jogging by the water, or, running the seawall around Stanley Park or something, like you're going to feel a lot more calm around water.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Do you like to swim?
I do. I don't get to do it very often, though.
Okay, so even if you started to incorporate a little bit of swimming, that's a bit of cardio and it's in the water, so you're kind of in your element doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's funny, while Skeeter was talking, I was like, darn, I was going to say that.
Quit saying that. Yeah, it's just like, I got nothing. Basically, just what Skeeter said.
Exactly, but I took notes. So, the first thing I wrote down as soon as you gave me your birthday and you were saying hello to Skeeter was sensitive, artist, healer, organic, issues with motivation, depression, empath. The other thing that I wrote down that I haven't talked about is regarding relationship stuff.
Yeah.
So you have a desire to be partnered with people, and when you're partnered with people, you have a desire to be alone. And when you're alone, you have a desire to be partnered. And so this can sometimes be confusing. So the answer to that is that you need to partner with someone who's very busy, who likes to be alone and keep their independence too. Because you have two sides. You're very independent and you don't like to be told what to do. You like to be in charge, and you like to be in partnership.
Yeah. That's actually extremely accurate.
Yeah. So just partner with someone who's independent like you.
Okay.
Like if someone's too busy to go out on a date, that's probably a good, that gives you a good indication that they're busy.
Well, I tend to be attracted to men who are not in the same country as me, so maybe that's why, because we don't see each other that often. And I still get to live like my own life and feel like I'm independent and single, but know that I have this. So that totally is kind of. Yeah.
My notes just say partnership versus alone. Like I would say you crave both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
Hopefully that was helpful to you. Yeah.
Note to self, James has to move to another country before Madeline will date him. Thanks, Madeline. And thank you, Skeeter, and thank you very much, Paisley. And she'll be back. Both. Yes. Thanks for calling. And go get your buddies to call in, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, this is crazy talk. Or actually, just get them to send me a text, and I'll call them, so that way they don't have to pay the long distance charges. Because you know how we're all hurting about all this money thing that I am. I would never phone in to me because it's expensive. But thanks very much, Madeline. I will talk to you soon. And
okay, great.
Alrighty, you have a good week.
You too. Thanks.
Okay. Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Remember, everybody, our number is 575-694-6634. Again, that's 575-694-6634, or via Skype, James_Tyson32. Christopher, welcome back.
Hello, I was on mute, was listening.
Oh, well, I know, and it was a quick run over to the phone. What the heck, you're here now.
Yeah. Hello, Skeeter. Long time no chat, Paisley.
Hi, Christopher.
Hello, Christopher.
Nice. I have a report to tell you. Ever since I started talking to you about a place that people have been seeing, my dreams have been mainly about love recently. I felt love instead of almost at peace. And I have a certain man that's no longer in my spiritual zone, which I'm happy about.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
He physically made me sick.
Well, that's why we encouraged you to get rid of him.
Yeah, I did. I've been lately working on a place spiritually that I've been speaking to you about. And finally decided I'm going to look into it. Joanne was right about where it came from. Island of Rock near Italy, Marino.
Yeah.
And ever since I started focusing on that, it seems like I feel like I'm on the other side of the world from Trump.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're finding your peace and following through on that, Christopher. That's important.
In some of the dreams, I feel like I'm flying where I'm in that place, in that country. See the mountains and the castle and flying over it.
That is so cool. Well, you've got natural astral project, the natural ability to astral project. And usually that point of view is what they call the omnipotent view. It's where you're above it all so you can see it all. And it's just like flying.
I remember first having this gift. I screamed like a little girl because I wasn't used to it when I was little.
Well, enjoy it now.
Yeah, I do.
No, that's really cool. I'm really glad to hear that you're mastering yourself and you're gaining confidence in your gifts and talents.
The dreams I now have of love, reaching out to ancestors and stuff. It's like the center of my universe, this place. Even stronger in Germany.
That's good. Yeah, you're really good at digging up the roots there in Germany.
Yes. And I know what the crown means that Joanna brought up, is that a lot of these people are royals.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
So that makes it a little easier to find the lineage.
Yeah, on my bio mom side, it's actually pretty easy because of that connection.
And are you finding anything that really resonates with you yet?
Yeah, the Italian and Monaco mainly are the strongest, and then Germany second.
Very cool. I'm so happy for you, Christopher.
Yeah, San Marino's in Italy.
It is?
Yes.
That is very cool.
I have a question, though, if I may ask one.
Go for it.
I wonder how distant this connection is.
Hello?
I wonder how...
Hello?
Oh, hold on, Christopher.
Hello?
Hello, the person in Texas?
Yes.
Hi, could you just hold on? You're on for 2 mediums and a large. We'll get back to you in a sec.
Okay, great.
Okay. Go ahead, Christopher.
Okay. I still remember my question. Anyway, I wonder how distant this is from me because it is so strong, the feelings of flying and love and stuff.
Well, one of the things is that a lot of those places are places that you've been in your past life.
Mm-hmm.
So various past lives are tying into this. That was something me and Joanna were picking up on last time, was that a lot of this is past life related. So those ties are very close to you. Past lives come first. As far as biologically, Germany is the strongest.
Wow.
And then you've got Italy and oh shoot, what is that little country right behind, tucked up right between Germany and Italy?
Liechtenstein? Switzerland is between... It's Switzerland.
Yeah, directly.
Switzerland.
Yes. That answers my question about the Habsburg connection.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is really, really interesting. Skeeter, you and I like connect.
It's nice. It makes it easier to read you.
And our points of view are almost identical, which is even nicer.
Yep.
Wait, anything you have for me, Paisley?
Usually I don't just come up with information, Christopher, because I do psychometry. So normally I would hold an object that belongs to you and read that, and information comes like flying through pretty quickly. But it's really hard to do that on a computer. So therefore I just do mainly like the numerology. And I think last time we spoke, when I ran your birthday numbers, you were able to relate to the characteristics that we talked about pretty well, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And because you're very sensitive too, so you pick up a lot of information. We talked about like grounding and protection and stuff like that.
And I'm starting to do that. I got a certain man now, my spiritual connections. It was the best decision I ever made.
Good. I'm so glad.
A certain politician here in my country.
All right.
We know the one, but we're not going to talk about him.
Yes.
No politics tonight. That's the house rules.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's only on the shift, and only when it's relevant to the end of the world. So it's probably not relevant. So move along. Yes. Anyway, Christopher, we have a caller behind you from Texas.
I would like to wish you guys a good night. I would like to stay on, but I'll stay muted.
You better. Don't make me pull this car over, young man.
Okay. I'm muting now. Have a good night, folks.
Okay. Thank you, Christopher. Take care. Again, if anyone wants to call in, it's 575-694-6634. You people down in Noonan, Georgia, come on. I know you're working. Use your office phone. No one will know. You're just phoning Roswell, New Mexico. It's okay. And if you're up late on a Sunday, it's long distance. It's okay. Use your parents' credit card. No, hold on. It's 575-694-6634 or on Skype, James_Tyson32. And our friend in Texas, go ahead for Skeeter and Paisley.
Hi, this is Paula.
Hi, Paula.
Hello, Paula.
Hi. I just would like to have a general reading from
Excellent.
either one of you or
Awesome.
both. I don't care.
Paisley, you want to do this one, or do you want me to?
We can both do it. How about that?
Okay. You want to start and get our numbers?
So, Paula, when is your date of birth?
January 26th.
Happy birthday. And you just had your birthday. What's your birth year?
1955.
55. Okay. So, Skeeter, I'm going to pass it over to you while I run the numbers, okay?
Okay. So, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great.
Whereabouts in Texas y'all from?
I am down close to the coast, below Houston.
Oh, lovely. I used to hang out there in a couple of the coastal towns with my grandparents every now and again.
Oh, I love it down here.
Oh, gorgeous areas. Nobody believes me when I tell them Texas has beautiful beaches.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm actually being asked to pull out the cards for you because I've got to be very specific. And I got to ask you, out there on the coast, do you get to watch the unusual lights in the sky that don't necessarily look like airplanes or satellites?
No.
No?
Excuse me, no.
There's usually a lot of stuff going on out there in Texas. I don't blame them.
It's a big place
to live.
It is. The reason I'm asking that is because you, and I apologize if I'm wrong, you get pretty interesting dreams. Very vivid, very real dreams that feel like they're coming from something else, like something is trying to talk to you.
Exactly, yeah.
And there is.
Okay.
You actually have some very powerful starseed family who have been trying to help guide you in this life so that you can ascend in your next life. You won't be ascending as in one of the ascending masters, but you'll be ascending to a newer level of consciousness, ability, gifts. So they're trying to get you to awaken and open up to what you're actually able to do. And you already do really neat little things like you already know who's calling before you even look at the caller ID.
Sometimes, yes.
And you already know when somebody kind of needs a phone call. You already know that you're needed to be called, that you need to call someone. Sometimes even before they know you need to call them.
Yeah.
And you have a a natural ability to kind of predict when things are going to happen. It just kind of comes out of your mouth. Someone will say, oh, well, this is going to happen. And you're like, oh, no, it's going to be this. And sure enough, you don't know how you knew it, but there it is.
I have had that happen.
So this is, it's a little bit of a psychic ability. It's slightly empathic, slightly psychic. And these dreams that you have that are really realistic are actually showing you how to use those gifts. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's because they're training you and trying to get you up to speed.
Oh, okay.
Does that make a lot of sense?
Yeah, it does.
And one of the really cool things is one of the guides who shows up most in your dreams is, and I apologize if I mispronounce this, but this is the name I'm being given. It's Mima.
Mima.
It's the term they're pulling up for me for it's almost a grandmother, and it could even be a great aunt. It's usually it's usually the head female, usually a generation back.
Well, my dad's mother, we called her Mom. Could it be her?
Do you have any relatives in the East, the Southeast, like Mississippi, Tennessee?
Oh, that's good, James. Thank you.
My husband's family was from Alabama.
Alabama? Because that's Mima is kind of almost an Appalachian, very southern term.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody called Mima.
Put it under your hat for now, because it'll come.
Yeah.
She'll show up in the dream tonight, and she'll be like, I'm this person.
How dare you forget about me?
Yeah.
Exactly. All this time I've been putting into you, and you can't even remember me. Normally when I get names like that, it's usually something that I relate to, and I can give you that tie-in.
Yeah.
So that's how they try to communicate. But this woman has been in your dreams quite a bit, and she's the one who helps bring you back down to earth, helps tie you back down to this world, and then kind of sits there and chats with you about what you've experienced before you wake up.
Yeah.
So know that she's with you not only in dream, but in life.
Oh, okay.
As she follows you around as a guardian angel.
I need one.
She laughs and says, yes, you do. You've had quite a few close calls. I apologize if I'm wrong, but there was a car accident, I'd say, within the last 6 months to a year where it was, you stepped away and went, oh, wow. Because it literally happened as you were passing. I mean, you were like, my grandfather would say, a flea's fart away from being a part of it.
Yeah.
And that was her intervening on your behalf.
Oh, well, thank her.
She says you're welcome.
Yeah. I saved your life. You're welcome.
It's an everyday thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what family does.
Yeah. See, my family would push me in front of the bus, so it's kids. Why I oughta.
Well, my Mima would jerk you away, so.
Oh, bless her heart.
Oh.
Yeah, that's nice of her.
Yes.
She's a nice lady.
Oh, very
Even
cool.
if I don't remember who she is, but she's a wonderful woman.
She's wonderful. Insert name here.
Yeah.
You'll remember once you go to bed tonight, you're going to wake up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, it's so-and-so.
Yeah.
And the reason why, one of the things that she's showing me right now is actually a white magnolia. And she says the white magnolia will be the sign that you look for in the dream. So that's what she's giving you to look for, and that'll help you identify her.
Oh, okay.
And out of curiosity, is white magnolia a scent that you actually enjoy?
Yes.
It's because that scent is tied to her that you're going to really, your brain's going to go, oh.
Hold on, kids. Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick 6-minute break, and we'll be back with more from Two Mediums and a Large, Skeeter, Welhouse, Paisley Town, and Meemaw right after this.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott, and I would like to invite you to listen Monday through Friday right here on Spaced Out Radio. 3 hours a night of the top stories with the top guests, ranging topics from UFOs to ETs, ghosts to Sasquatch, and everything in between. We are live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. So come on in and take a listen at spacedoutradio.com. Spaced Out Radio will take you out of this world.
Hi there, this is your psychic medium Joanna, and I would love it if you would join us every other Sunday on Spaced Out Weekend. With host James Tyson, we'll bring you personal psychic messages on Two Mediums and a Large. Questions about love, life, career changes. We would love it if you would come and join us live. Call in and listen in for the experience. Allow us to open the doors to your other side. Two Mediums and a Large, heard only on Spaced Out Weekend at spacedoutradio.com.
Looking for news beyond the mainstream news? Head to spacedoutradio.com and check out the SOR Spacewire. This is Spaced Out Radio's Eric Markham, News Director for the SOR Spacewire. Daily, I will bring you intriguing stories and outlandish reports from what's going on around the world. UFO sightings, paranormal activity, conspiracies, alternative health, and so much more. And if you have news, email me at news@spacedoutradio.com.
Attention Spaced Out Radio listeners. For only $5 a month, you can join Spaced Out Radio Space Travelers. Your membership at spacedoutradio.com will give you access to private fan area on the website, get you a monthly newsletter, draws for monthly swag, and a whole lot more. Sign up today to become a part of the Spaced Out Radio experience.
From coast to coast to coast, Blacklight Uncharted is taking on the paranormal across Canada. From ghostly hauntings to the UFOs flying above in conjunction with MUFON Canada, we're closely investigating what's going on in the northern skies and checking out the apparitions that walk among us. Check out our videos right here at spacedoutradio.com. We want to know your thoughts, we want to hear your experiences, and we want you to share your stories. The answers are out there, and we intend to find them.
For over 40 years, the Purple Energy Plates have been delivering amazing results for their many customers. Inspired by the great genius Nikola Tesla, the harmony, healing, and energetic effects of the plates have proven over and over to be beneficial and often miraculous to thousands of customers. With their money-back guarantee and the many benefits, how can you afford not to get one? Check their site for daily specials and choose from their many energy products. You won't be sorry. Visit them today at purpleplates.com for mind, body, and spirit, and expect a miracle.
Patrolling the Pacific Northwest, we are always on the lookout for the strange and unassuming stories that real people are experiencing. Hi, I'm Vincent Zunza from Pacific North Weird. Me and Alexandra Sullivan have teamed to bring to you those odd stories that never seem to make it into the mainstream. Stories so weird that will leave you scratching your head wondering, is this real? It's as real as it gets with Pacific North Weird. You can watch our videos right here at spacedoutradio.com.
Find yourself constantly looking up in the sky, looking for answers? Have you had extraterrestrial contact? Are you an abductee? Looking for answers to your experiences? Hi there, I'm R. Keith Andrews, Spaced Out Radio's resident ET expert. Join me live the first Friday of every month where I take questions from the Spaced Out Radio chat room and help you understand those from the far-off world. It's 2 hours of knowledge every experiencer should listen to. Hope to see you there.
Hey everybody, this is Patrick Webster Small, and I'm here to bring you the Webster Phenomena every Saturday night, live at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. If you're looking for aliens and extraterrestrials, well, we've got them. Big and tall, short and small. You're bound to find what you're looking for, so join me on the Webster Phenomena right here on Spaced Out Radio.
Hi there, this is Jolene with Reveal Reiki and Readings, and I want you to relax. Let me help you chill out and get in touch with your body, mind, and soul. In this busy world, sometimes we need to let go, and this is where I can help. Visit my website, rivuletrr.wix.com/Rivulet R&R, or my Facebook page, Rivulet R&R, to set up an appointment for relaxation, Reiki, or readings, no matter where you are. It's time for you to make time for you.
You hear footsteps in the empty room above you. A rocking chair begins rocking by itself. Don't be afraid of the things that go bump in the night. Reach for Spirit Storybox, the iPhone app the Huffington Post UK called the only ghost hunting app you will ever need. Spirit Storybox. The spirits are telling their stories. Are you listening?
Tonight's edition of Spaced Out Weekend is brought to you by SpacedOutRadio.com, where you can now sign up to become a Space Traveler member. Now, for the final time tonight, here's Spaced Out Weekend's James Tyson.
Thank you, Dave Scott, and welcome back to Spaced Out Weekend. And again, we'd like to say hello to all those people down in Noonan, Alabama, Noonan, Georgia, down the road from Atlanta, up and actually in the metro Atlanta area, one of the most famous small towns in Georgia right now, because that is where most of the exterior for The Walking Dead is filmed. So I think I was talking to somebody the other day who was gone to a McDonald's down in Noonan, and there was a bunch of zombies in there on the break. So if you're wondering where zombies go to eat, look at the Noonan, Georgia McDonald's. I wonder if McDonald's is going to give us money for... No, probably not. But we'd like to thank you for joining us down there at WQEE 99, Rock the Key, and all the listener down there, and those in the metro Atlanta area. And a big shout out for those guys in Atlanta who drive that hook and ladder. Oh my gosh, I was down there once, and I'd seen those on cartoons as kids, but had never seen one of those, and really different too. Like these guys are doing 60, 70 miles an hour on an absolutely clogged street at lunch hour, and I'm thinking, there's no way I'd be driving that thing that fast. But mind you, it's like driving a freight train down the street. I don't think anyone's going to get in your way. So that's my little shout out for the firefighters of Atlanta and the area. I want you to go to spacedoutradio.com when you get a chance, and you'll be able to see what's coming up next this week and who Dave Scott has on. While you're there, we have a number of blogs you can look at and a few new features that are coming up. And if you'd also like to drop in to our website, I'm just looking at something that Dave has sent me here. You can do a $5 a month donation via PayPal to the Spaced Out Traveler or Space Travelers Club, and you get your name entered into monthly prize draws, access to private group interviews, access to special section on our website, and as my daughter likes to say, it's cheaper than your half-cap foamed Ariana Grande with cinnamon. And that's all yours right now. SpacedOutRadio.com. And we're going to go right back to our guest from Texas with Skeeter, Welhouse, and Paisley Town.
Hi, Paula. You're still there?
I'm still here.
Perfect. So I did your numerology numbers. This is Paisley now. And you didn't have any questions for us. Is that correct? You're just looking for general information?
Yes.
Do you have a big decision coming up that you're about to make?
Yes.
Do you feel like you're on both sides of the fence with it?
Hey, yes.
Okay. When I look at your birthday numbers, I can say that either decision will work well. But what happens is, what your first instinct is the decision you should go with, because I feel like your intuition, your intuitive gift that you have is strong enough to know what needs to be done. But then you doubt yourself. There's some issues for you around trusting yourself. You doubt yourself, and then you kind of talk yourself out of your idea.
Yes, that's me.
Okay, so when I say go with the first thing that you thought, do you remember what your first inkling to do was with regards to that decision?
Yes.
Okay, so you already know. Sometimes what happens for you is that, like, because you doubt self, you'll go outside of yourself to look for the answers instead of looking inwards. And it's important for you to trust yourself, because you have knowingness that can't be explained.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just trust yourself with that decision. That's the only thing for me that's come up when I look at your numbers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you have anything to add to that, Skeeter?
Just trust yourself, because the aliens are your star family are clearing you up. They're training you. They're getting you ready. They're encouraging you. So take advantage of it. Start trusting yourself.
Okay. I will give that a shot.
Thanks for calling in, Paula.
Yeah, I appreciate both of y'all. Thank you so much. And thank you, James.
You're very welcome. Call in anytime. We won't be here most of the time, but call in anytime.
I know. But I can call in on the weekends.
Yeah. All righty, boss.
I know I'll see one way or the other.
Yeah, I hope so. It's good. Thanks for calling.
Thanks a lot.
You betcha.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. James, are you there? Whoop, I'm looking for James called. Actually, I just called James back, but I think he's busy now. We have, let's see, I'm going to give James a call. James, if you're listening, run over to Skype, because you got a call coming in. And until then, who else do I have here on my great pieces of technological type equipment? Oh, James is his phone is a bit busy. We've got an open line right now at 575-694-6634. Again, 575-694-6634. So if you want a reading from the wonderful Paisley, who yells at me all the time when I'm taking a little class from her. She's very, very mean. She throws things, and it's embarrassing.
Can I ask Paisley a question real quick?
Yes,
absolutely.
Of course.
Paisley, I was just asked to ask you about a book you're thinking about writing or currently writing.
I started a book that is a combination of a biography about my grandmother and part of my story.
Don't be afraid to add in intimate details about your psychic connection to her.
Oh, absolutely. She was kind of like my guardian. Even though I didn't grow up with her, she was the main person who looked after me, even though she wasn't physically around me. Let's just say I wouldn't have survived my childhood had she not been there.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, yeah. So
but they're really excited for the book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yeah, I've been compiling not just, words and ideas and stories for a while, but also fabrics and things that are tactile to put into the book. It's going to be the original book will be like a family book for her great grandchildren that never got to meet her.
Well, she hopes that you go ahead and make one that can be published, because there's a lot of neat learning tools in there for others and things that others can relate to as they continue their journey.
Thank you. Yeah, she was an amazing. She was probably one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my lifetime, and luckily she's related to me, so that's kind of a bonus.
Ooh.
Yeah, she has a lot of. She used to zap watches when she'd put them on, so she has a lot of psychic energy.
Yes.
And she has stories about Sing Sing prison and all kinds of interesting things. She ran a bar in Detroit, Michigan, in a really interesting area of town near Gratiot and 7 Mile for many years. So she's got lots of stories. She was amazing. She didn't get her driver's license until she was in her 60s.
Wow.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
she was very hip. She wore jeans and running shoes. She was really fun. Thanks, Skeeter.
I can be hip too, because that's what I wear. It's interesting that when we're talking, when you have Skeeter around, all of a sudden somebody, we have people come through and tap her on the shoulder and say, "Hey, well, you got Paisley here. Can you tell her to look under the couch for that beer bottle opener that she lost?" Or talk about the book.
Control is actually tucked back behind the seat cushion.
Oh, there's lovely remote controls. It is a little bit interesting, Skeeter. Do you actually shut off? You shut yourself off in public, or do you get, things walking up to you saying, "Hey, see that person over there? Can you go tell them that I'm okay?"
I don't turn off anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. And I do get things bumping me going, "Can you talk to them?" Like today I was at the metaphysical market at Spaced Out, Spooked in Seattle.
Right.
And doing medium readings and whatnot. And I had several people pass by me that I had voices behind me going, "Grab them, tell them." And I'm like, "No, it's not their time to know this." And they're like, "Yes, it is." And I'm like, "No, trust me. Just trust me." I actually get in arguments with Spirit because sometimes people aren't ready for the message. And you can almost tell by their body language, by the way they're holding themselves, the fact that they're very defensive, especially near the psychic area. They're very kind of like standoffish.
Yeah.
If a person came close enough, then I'd be like, "Hey, you need this message." I grabbed a gal and totally worked with her.
Hello, we've got a caller in at a 214 area code. Who's this?
Hi, this is Hong. I've been listening to you the last couple hours, and it's very entertaining and interesting and enlightening at the same time.
Mr. Tran, how are you?
Yeah.
Good. You want to... Now, you went through a clearing with Elizabeth in the first hour.
Yeah.
Do you want a psychic reading now and maybe some numerology with Paisley?
Yeah, if I could, because I've been listening, and it seems like every caller that call in has some kind of, what is that called? Guardian angel that's like their grandma, and it makes me think about my grandma. And I was just wondering, is there any way I could ask Paisley or Stitcher to see if they get anything from my grandma or any of my past relatives, any of my relatives that passed away?
Yeah, Skeeter.
Was your grandmother a petite woman? She was kind of fleshy, but petite.
Yes.
And
she's very petite.
And I'm going to say her hair is short. I can't tell if it's up, but it looks like it's short hair. Dark color.
Yes, her hair is never longer than past her shoulders. Or, yeah, probably even shorter than that. Yes.
And she's a very stern woman. Very straight-laced. Has a really cute sense of humor when you actually kind of get her to break down and be funny, but very straight-laced the majority of the time. Very much so the rock of the family. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. She's very family oriented, always been around. Yes, she's very family oriented. So when she passed away, I wasn't able to be there with her, and I was just wondering, how is she doing now, and I was wondering if she come around, because I think about her every now and then, and I was wondering if she around when I think about her, or does she help me guide me?
The first thing she wants you to know is don't worry about not having been there. She understands, and she knows that you loved her. The second thing she wants you to know is stand up straight and hold yourself with a little bit of oomph. I guess that was her thing, is for you to hold that bit of strength and presence. She does come around you, not as so much as a guardian angel, as so much as she just wants to come in and check on you. I guess she worried about you a lot. You were kind of one who kind of got pushed to the side, pushed to the back, almost kind of a black sheep of the family almost. So she's just coming back around to check on you and make sure that you are doing okay. She says where she's at, it's way better than she was ever told. She's absolutely excited to be there and very glad to have been able to pass over finally. Does any of that make sense?
Oh, yes. All of it makes sense. It's just making me very emotional right now. Especially when you say that, it was, she said that it was okay that I wasn't there, because I feel like I was feel a little guilt over that for a long time.
Yeah. She says she knows that if you had been in a better place, you would have been there. But as it was, you weren't, and that's okay. She knows your heart was with her the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. That's very emotional.
Does Mr. Tran have any other guides that are coming through?
Actually, he's got quite a few guides. He's got a lot of people who are kind of watching out for him. He's kind of, I apologize if I'm wrong, but you're kind of one of those people who need someone to kind of bop you back into place, like Pong ball, the game Pong, where, the ball would start going and the paddle would come up and boop, bop it back into place, and the other paddle would come up and boop. You need that. You need someone to kind of watch over you and take care of you and make sure that you stay in that safe place, in that line, because you have a tendency to stray real easily. Your attention span or desire to explore or whatever it is that's guiding you likes to guide you everywhere. It's very hard to stay focused for very long. Is that about right?
Yes, it is. And that's what I been wanting to improve, that aspect of my life lately. And I just don't know. I mean, I try meditation, but like you say, I don't even have the patience to meditate. But I'm doing that more. But what else can I do to improve that aspect of my life?
Start eliminating things. They said that you get really, what your biggest problem is that you're really smart. Believe it or not, you're actually very intelligent. You have a mind that likes to figure things out, and when something new is introduced to you, you like to get into it. You like to chase it. You like to figure it out really quick, and then once you've got it figured out, you move on. And they said what you kind of need to do is start eliminating the shiny things, the new things, and start exploring older things that did catch your interest, and focus on those kinds of things. Focus on older stuff. so that maybe you can pinpoint something that really does catch your attention. Things that they're bringing up to me that really do get you to focus is hands-on stuff. Things that you can tactily get involved in. Does that make sense?
Yes. I always notice that I do celebrate at tray that is by hand, like a book. Yeah, everything that has to do with hand, basically, mechanical or anything that trade by hands, basically. I do get to pick that up pretty fast.
Yeah, start looking at those things. As far as meditation goes, get some stress balls or some kind of fidget toy and put one in each hand. And as you're meditating, let your hands go ahead and play with the fidget toys. And that'll actually let your body get the stimulation it needs while you allow your body to go into a place of peace and quiet. And that'll help with your meditation and focusing more. So look into meditating with fidget toys to help you kind of calm your mind, and look into things that are tactile and actually involve working with your hands as far as forms of work, forms of hobbies, because that's really where you need to go to kind of start building yourself up. And they're going to be there for you. There's a couple of aunts, a grandma, there's a grandfather in the back. I think it's a great-grandfather. A cousin, I believe. So there's a lot of family out there who would really kind of like to make peace with you and help you get onto your path and find peace for yourself.
Yeah, that's what basically I've been searching lately. I just feel that I've been lost for a long time, and I just move, live in different cities, trying to find where I can sink my feet down, and I just haven't found it yet.
You'll find it once you start focusing on a line of work that actually involves your hands. So go back through all the things that you've already tried and start going, that really did entice me, that really did excite me, this really caught my attention, and start working with it a little bit more. Start actually looking at trade schools that could advance your skills or trade opportunities that you can actually really start pushing that. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And, I really got some clarity into what I have to do, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome,
enjoy
Mr.
all
Trent.
those guardian angels.
Lots of guardian angels. So a lot of people playing the. Paisley. I always describe those. Paisley. Skeeter. I describe those the Pong kind of paddles as the guardrail on the little. When the little kids go bowling, those little rails come up, and that's like our spirit guides. As the ball is going, our life is the length of the lane, and as we go down, as we kind of veer off, it pushes us back out into the middle, so we can finish. And as you know, if you were to measure those out, that lane is actually awfully well. It's a lot longer than it would have been if we just go straight down the middle. But so it takes some time to navigate and get popped back and forth and organize that out. So very, very interesting. And it is interesting that the information that you get for a gentleman like Mr. Trent, it is something that he can take away from this and kind of see how that fits in with his existing life and his past, and see the hurdles and understand the hurdles that he went over. And again, if anybody wants to get hold of Skeeter or Paisley. You can get a hold of them at their website. Skeeter's is bluemoonweaver.com, and Paisley is paisleytown.com. Skeeter, you do a lot of readings from home, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, it's so...
And I've just been picked up by a metaphysical shop here in town that I'm starting to do readings for as well.
Oh, that's very cool. And in town being...
Tacoma, Washington, and
Okay.
it's the Magical Store.
Oh, that's very cool. I was just talking about Tacoma, Washington today.
Yeah.
When I was a Mountie, I went to unfortunately, there was 4 policemen killed a few years back. And
oh no,
1,100 of us showed up for the funeral. And
wow, that's cool.
In Canada,
sad, but cool.
For police funerals, we don't have a procession of cars going by. We march. So that was a little bit odd for us. They said, well, no, if you're going to, it's not a regimental parade. It's just a bunch of cars going down the road. We thought that's kind of weird. So this was at the Tacoma Dome. So there was 1,100 of us in our little red outfits, and we formed up in a regimental parade outside and marched in. And if you'd imagine the Tacoma Dome, it's got a bunch of elevated areas. You go up to get into the top level of the dome itself. And if you have 1,100 people marching with those great big boots in rhythm, we thought we were going to knock the place down. It was quite the thing. It was very, very sad. I think they were in having breakfast, and somebody with mental health issues came in and shot them all. Very sad for not only the people who passed, but their families, but the family of the person who actually did the shooting, as well as obviously the person who did the shooting, because that's not who that person, was growing up. He was a normal kid growing up, expecting life to carry on normally and live in old age and be healthy and happy all his life. And unfortunately, he took a wrong turn and ended up having a breakdown, and it ended up taking 4 other lives with him. But doing this show and a number of the other shows with psychics and very connected people to the other side, I'm learning that a lot of these incidents are just the paths that we have chosen from another life. We kind of enter this life, the Akashic Records, coming in and wanting to experience certain things. And unfortunately, some of these type of events are what we've asked to experience. Do you find that a lot too? Like in your readings, do you find people saying, I don't know why, my son has died, or, my so-and-so has died? How do you break, or can you break that news to them year or two later, and when they come there wondering why my daughter or why my son, my father went through this.
One of the things that I've learned is if you tell them this was their choice, that doesn't always go over well.
I could see that, yeah.
A lot of times I gauge it based on the person. If the person's going, why my son, I turn it on them. If they're very emotional about it, I go, because your son knew you were strong enough to handle this, that he was not strong enough to handle your death first. So he went first because he knew you would be strong enough to handle this. That this is part of your path, you're growing. This is to help you out. And when you put it on them, they start going, oh, well, why? Why? What would I need? Well, you needed to understand empathy and this emotional thing. Sometimes that can go a little stray, but most of the time it works really well. If they're wanting to come and they're like, well, why my son? If they're a little bit calmer, I go, well, because for him, This was part of his path. He had to go this way, experience this event, because it's something that he needed for his ascension path. And if it goes really crazy, I tell them it's one of those universal things that we really can't understand. Just give it time and the answer will come. In the meantime, try to help them grieve and express everything. And normally for the really rough ones, the spirit of whoever has passed comes through and explains, Mom or Dad, I love you. This is something that whatever. And luckily for me, more often than not, they're guiding me what to say, so I don't say anything too stupid or offensive. But usually the message is very heartwarming and gives them some peace and understanding. I'm kind of, in my readings, I really think that people say to me before I do a reading, well, I don't want to, what if you see I'm going to die tomorrow? And I just look at them and said, I don't get that stuff. It's for your higher good. And everything I've got is positive in a certain direction. And it's primarily to do with energy and their ascension. I don't get your dog's dying tomorrow, or, don't forget to bring in the antifreeze outside when your cat's out there or something. It is a different way when I read, and compared to what I hear you do when you're reading somebody. Well, you do it on multiple levels. You actually have contact with your guides. You channel, and well, not channel. You are the medium between them and their loved ones. So I have yet to get that close. You're getting there. I'm getting there. I don't know. It's I don't want to push it. Don't want to get too fast, and I don't want to be doing what my friend Jennifer did and going through a mall one day and then realizing that half the people coming past you are actually dead and wanting you to talk to somebody about it. It's like, I don't want to go there yet. It's funny. The scariest thing I ever had is I was driving down the interstate in Albuquerque, and this woman jumped out in front of my car. And I almost caused an accident because I slammed the brakes thinking I just hit a woman. The woman wasn't there. It was a spirit of a woman who had been hit about 5-6 years prior, a homeless woman who had been crossing at the interchange, and that's who I saw. Okay. So it can be a little creepy when you start seeing them and they decide, oh, hey, you can see me. Hi. But once you get used to it, going down to Spooked in Seattle tonight, you do see all sorts of apparitions from way back to current time wandering about. And you just have to kind of go, okay, that one's... It actually becomes a game in your head. That one's alive, that one's not alive, that one's alive, that one's not alive. That one might be dead, I'm not sure. I need a stick. So it's an interesting thing. And as you get a little bit better and a little bit more confident in yourself, James, you'll be able to start playing that game too. Oh, I can hardly wait. I think I'm going to get one of those big samurai swords and just carry it around, and I'll lop your head off. Oh, it wasn't dead, but is now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of happy doing the baby step things. I don't want to get too carried away with dead people. Mind you, most of my relatives, actually the vast majority of my relatives are dead. Because, if you think about it, the majority of our relatives go generations in the past. So, yeah, there's a few thousand of them that are dead. So, and I got half a dozen or so that are still alive. So it's one of those things that I'd rather just keep the dead ones over there. Unless I need them, like when something else shows up. If another dead person shows up, I'll call on the dead ones, my dead ones, to help out. Yeah.
If that's okay,
No, I did.
Skeeter.
No, it's okay. I mean, I was probably the only one in the theater cracking up when we went to go see Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the little kids looked at Bruce Willis and was like, I see dead people, I'm like, oh, kid, join the club.
Yeah. That had a good twist in it, too. I enjoyed that.
It did.
But, there is, doing paranormal investigations, we do run into children like that, where a lot younger who run into their parents' room and jump into bed because there's a man standing at the foot of their bed or a lady's floating over top of it, and they don't know how to deal with it. As I could imagine some 4-year-old with all this going on in their bedroom. And some of them will have the really nice old man who would just sit there and chat with them and keep them up all night. And it's funny. One of them we dealt with, he very articulate young boy at about 5 years old, because since the age of 3, he had a very articulate spirit talking to him. So his language that he kind of learned was quite advanced and quite grown up, because that's what he listened to all night.
Yeah.
Which was just, I don't know. Skeeter, I was in an accident when I was 16. 2 little children were killed. And it was one of those things, it was an uncontrolled intersection. We both met in the middle of it. There was a big hedge on my left side, which was on his right. Didn't see each other until contact. Lawfully, I was on the right, therefore I had the right of way. And there was a big hedge. So, it happened. But his 2 children were killed. When you look at something like that in someone's life, or if you were to read that in my life, what was the purpose? And I always remember cutting through a 7-Eleven parking lot instead of going to the 4-way stop. I could go to the 4-way stop, or I could cut the angle and go through the parking lot. And I'd go back all the day and say, if I slept in 30 more seconds, if I woke up 30 seconds earlier, if we didn't do this, you'd kind of go through in your head all the timing. If you only did this, you wouldn't have got to there. But it just all came together in the middle of an
But you
intersection.
needed to see that little boy. You needed to see the spirit of the little boy.
Okay.
You needed to know that you could see spirit.
Yeah, but it's funny, I only realize that now, and I was 16. But it took a long time to click. Now, for the new listeners out there, I was in this accident and I was put in the ambulance. The driver of the other car was put in the back of the ambulance along with some other people, and we had gone to the hospital, and I saw the nurses and staff take the dad out, and the kid was walking behind him like he was nothing wrong. And then it was actually my parents came and said to me that there were 2 children were killed, and I just looked at them like they were like, what do you mean killed? He looked absolutely, and I told them, I said, he looked absolutely fine to me. And I was completely puzzled on how he could have died. And I remember my parents just looking at me and staring. And it was, and when I say years later, it was darn near in the last 5 years. I pulled his death certificate off the internet, and it showed that he passed away in the car. So he was never removed from the car until the coroners came and removed him at that point. But there was no way he was in the back of the ambulance. But I saw him. I could describe him to this day. His little brother passed away in a hospital. He was taken to another hospital, and he died of internal injuries. But the kid that I saw, 100%, no problem. The other thing, just before I was in the ambulance, I went up to a door to ask for some help, and the lady opened the door, screamed, and ran by me, completely ignoring. No. Sorry about that. I got this thing came up behind me, and I'm going, oh no, I got ghosts happening again. Because I've had that doing this show a couple of times. Please no. I came up to the door to knock on it. The lady opened the door, screamed, ran right past me. I thought, yeah, it's not really helping me at all. And I looked back, and I could see myself standing beside my car. So was I actually at the door, or was I still at the car?
There are instances under extreme stress that we do separate from ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what happened, is that your body was in shock and your mind was going, no, we need to go get help. So you split astrally. You left your body, rang the doorbell. The lady was probably like, what the hell? And then saw that. And that's why she didn't acknowledge you.
Yeah, because to me, she literally looked through me. She just opened the door, screamed, and ran. And I thought, well, that's not very helpful. I'm standing right here. But it was also, there was a time loss in there too. I, walked up to the door, turned around, and then realized there was fire trucks and ambulances everywhere that weren't there a few minutes earlier. So it was a little bit concerning. But again, years later, 2012, I find out that I'm something called an empath and have to go on this journey to figure out what that is. At which point I couldn't understand exactly what it was and put this whole old accident back together, and a few other things in my life where I had seen things. So now it's making sense. Now I can go back and go, okay, that shadowy thing in my room, okay, I understand. I don't know who it was, but I understand what it was. And, the things as a policeman, as a peace officer, I encountered standing in the middle of a cemetery or something. It's absolutely amazing, those kind of things. In hindsight, anyway.
We got James in the chat room, and he's confirmed that he can hear me talking to him. So I'm going to give James a real quick reading to answer his question, if that's okay with you. You can be my James for me.
I actually had to shut down the chat room because I kept seeing the name James pop up, and I thought it was me, and it's very distracting because it was in capital letters and everything, and I'm thinking, what are you talking about? So then I'd have to go back in the conversations on these crazy chat rooms to figure out who's talking to who and why are they talking to me and what do I have to do. Chat rooms.
You get to stand in for James, okay?
I will. I can stand in for James.
All right. Well, James, I hope you're listening, because the first card coming up for you is actually talking about you getting outside of your comfort zone. You've limited a lot of your... It's funny, I see you being a very social person, and everybody around you considers you a very social, friendly guy, but your actual personal circle of friends and individuals around you are very select. You are very, very cautious about who you let into your inner circle. And I'm reading the chat right now, so if you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if that sounds about right, James, that would be fantastic. I'm going to keep going and explain to you that the reason this is coming up is because you're actually denying yourself the ability to connect with people who really are important to your growth and advancement. Some of this is a little bit of a conditioning from being a child, of having people growing up that you couldn't trust fully, and that's carried into adulthood where you screen people. He says, yes, very true, Skeeter. And this is, while it's been a good defense, it's now becoming a handicap. You've actually missed out on some opportunities because of this. One of the things you need to do is sit down and allow yourself to heal from all of that past mistrust, to allow it to to play itself out in your mind, to understand it, to rationalize it, then to forgive it and let it go. Please let it go. I will hunt you down and sing the song. I've got a daughter. I know the song by heart, inside and outside. I think I could even sing it backwards. The most important reason you need to let this go is for your own spiritual growth and for your personal growth as a human being, in advancements at work and advancements in relationships, particularly intimate relationships with loved ones, significant others. Those are all suffering because of this closed offness. It doesn't help that you're empathic. It's cool that you are. I hope you know that you're empathic. If not, welcome to the club. We have jackets and t-shirts. The monthly fees are $50. They go to the other James. And what it is that you pick up on other people's energy. You pick up on their thoughts, their energy, and you automatically associate it with yourself. So if someone is not trusting of something or they're feeling suspicious, you automatically think they're suspicious or untrusting of you. And so you automatically untrust them. Is that making sense to you, the other James on Spreaker? I hope it is. As you identify that you are an empath, as you identify that you are holding on to these negative energies, that you're allowing these negative energies to influence what your empathic abilities are allowing you to read, you'll be able to start switching it out. You'll be able to start going, I want to feel, thank you, James, for answering. He says, yes, very much so, Skeeter. Just know that you need to start picking up on blah, 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 blah. I apologize. By letting that go, you're going to be able to start picking up on more positive stuff. Actually allow yourself to accept a compliment. I don't know how hard it is for you to accept compliments, but actually genuinely accept one. Next time someone says, really good job, James, go thank you and own the acknowledgement and know that there's no hidden meaning behind it. And don't be suspicious of hidden meanings. Just accept the compliment for what it is. The last card I've got for you is again about trust, and it has to do with sensuality and relationships. A lot of relationships are very hard for you to maintain because it's not so much sexual sensuality, it's emotional sensuality. The ability to have a conversation that is mentally stimulating. And in order to have a conversation that is mentally stimulating, you have to have trust in someone. Me and James Tyson, have a certain trust between us that we can talk intimately about being an empath, about the psychic world, about different things that we are comfortable with each other, and we can bounce these ideals off of each other. There is no intimacy on a physical level, but there is on that emotional level, on a professional level, that allows us to exchange these ideas. And that is fostered by trust. I trust James Tyson. James Tyson trusts me. As you figure out how to build this trust with other people in your work area, in your personal life, with friends, with relatives that you actually like. If you do have a wife or husband or whatever, you can use this skill of intimate, sensual conversation, mental stimulation to build trust, to build deeper conversations, to build deeper relationships. And that's what you really need at this time to help you move past where you are. And I hope all that makes sense. I know that's an odd subject for Spirit to come up on, but I got a feeling it's a big thing for you. So I hope that helps you, James, in the Spreaker room. And how did that work for you, James Tyson?
It worked just fine for me because I really didn't relate to much of it. So, it's his reading, and I'm thinking, okay, other than his name is quite similar to mine. He's coming back saying, yeah, you are 100% correct on all the above, Skeeter. Thank you. And,
awesome.
Yeah, that worked out really well. Oh, look.
I have a little bit to add if you have time.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 minutes.
Sure. Okay.
Actually.
So I wanted to add a little bit of information, JR. Yes, social, mental. You have one personality type that you were born with. You continue on that exact same personality type in midlife, and you continue on that personality type like when you're a senior. So when I'm looking at your birthday numbers, it's a really fortunate set of numbers. JR's birthday is 888, which is really cool. When you add those numbers together, it comes to a 6, and the name James is a 6. So he just has one style of who he is. And it's possible that you may struggle a little bit with impatience, and that people may find you to be like very high energy because you think fast, you learn fast, you speak fast, you're ahead of yourself in your ideas. So when Skeeter was talking about the mental capacity, I was like, oh yeah, that's bang on for 888. And I would say, I can't see what your picture looks like, but I would say your personality would be similar to like a gentle giant, like very nurturing, loving, feminine energy, and yet very intense and very strong and very passionate. Cool birthday. Awesome. That's all I wanted to say.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. So he's...
Oh, it's so fun working with you, Paisley.
I'm 4 days older than he is. Look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah. With the same name. Us Leos. You know how that is. Yeah. That is kind of cool.
And he says 100% correct also, Paisley. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, JR.
Okay, kids, it's that time. You have...
Bedtime?
It's night-night time. Or as the French say, it's a dodo time. Fais dodo. I want to thank everybody who's dropped in, and again, thank you very much to our friends down at WQEE 99 Rock the Key, Noonan, Georgia. And everybody else who's dropped in, thank you, Paisley.
Thank you, James. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, Skeeter. And for all my good friends out there, please just keep an open mind.
This is our last goodbye. Young hearts will stop. Torn souls set free. All that we have is now. If this is what you want, then come to me.
All right, that's it. Let's roll. And hey! Let's be careful out there.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Dave's not here!
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.